AEW dropped their blood and guts all over the place on last Wednesday, and it was damn disgusting. Yes, it was disgusting, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. This was the best episode of AEW Dynamite I have seen in a very long time. Even when I turned the show on, just seeing the two rings made it feel like a big deal. It made it feel like a special event. It felt fun. And another thing that they really hit the jackpot on here is they seem to put all their best stuff forward on this one episode, right? So I like the way that the show started with Jack Perry burying his Jungle Boy character. I always thought that character was stupid. I always was not a fan of the whole Jungle Boy thing. It was too gimmicky. It was too indie. I'm like, you're this, whatever. It was kind of like a joke to me, right? So to start the show with him burying the Jungle Boy character and then getting in the limo. So now I guess he's Hollywood Jack Perry, right? And then to have him, have a good match against Hook, another guy who AEW has invested a lot of time in, right? AEW has a lot of, time equity put into the building up of the Hook character. And even though he has that FTW championship, which is, who can even say if what belts in AEW are worth anything? Because they got like every damn belt that has ever existed in the world of wrestling has been in, other than the WWE title. Like every title in the history of wrestling has been defended on AEW programming. So like, who's to say that the FTW belt matters any less than the TNT title? I'm sorry. When there's so many titles, listen, if everybody has a title, nobody has a title. I'm sorry. That's just the way that goes. Having all these belts, it dilutes the importance of all the belts. So again, who am I to say that the FTW title is meaningless when, if you ask me, the TNT title is meaningless, right? Like, what has that TNT title done? Christian's carrying it around, wearing it. Who's this guy? Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is the actual champion, but Christian Cage is carrying the belt around. I mean, like, come on now. That title. So anyway. So Jungle Boy, I'm sorry, no longer Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, he beat Hook for the FTW title, and this was actually meaningful. This was Hook's first loss, and it was a part of Jack Perry's transformation story. So that was actually dope. I gotta give these guys credit. Like, to me, that was a great use of all the equity you put into Hook and for all the equity that you put into Jack Perry. And again, this transformation, right, from Jungle Boy to Jack Perry, like, this solidified it. And so that was dope. I got to give these guys credit. That was actually really dope. The next thing they did was they did MJF and Adam Cole. And I'm not a huge fan of MJF. I'm not a huge fan of Adam Cole. But both of these dudes together, this is working. You got to give these guys credit. MJF and Adam Cole, they're kind of bringing out the best in each other. They're doing silly stuff, right? The dance off, the hokey tag team stuff, double clothesline. Then, they do the face off with FTR. Like, it's stupid, but it's fun and it's working, right? This is the best thing they could possibly doing with either of these characters. So, I just got to give these guys credit because look, as much as AEW wants to be doing its own thing, and by the way, I believe AEW's had some new people helping out creatively recently, and it's probably not a coincidence that they're getting some outside help, and now they're doing stuff that's a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, and this is more, it's very WWE-esque, but that's not a bad thing. This was good stuff, so give these guys credit for that. Blood and Guts. The Blood and Guts delivered on, it was called Blood and Guts, and damn it, they gave us Blood and Guts. I mean, Jon Moxley is a crazy man, okay? This dude came in the match stabbing people with a fork. What? He came in the match stabbing people with a fork. As soon as he came in, my first thought was like, oh my God, I'm glad I put my kids to bed because there's no way I'm going to let them watch this product anytime soon. It's just not. Like, I'm not having my children be like, Daddy, why did that man stab that other man with a fork? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not answering the questions. I'm not trying to explain it. Like, I'm not, no, John Moxley, no, you're a crazy person. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoy your craziness. Like, I mean, it's crazy to me, but it's also like I ain't going to do it, right? Like, I ain't going to do it. I'm not letting nobody stab me in the head with a fork. You stab me in the head with a fork. You stab me in the head with a fork, one of us going to the hospital for real. Probably both of us, because after I send you to the hospital, whoever this person is that hypothetically stabbed me with a fork, I'm gonna go to the hospital to get checked for all types of, hepatitis, because that's just highly unsanitary, and I'm not really into other people's bodily fluids in that way. So we would all be going to the hospital, but the way that John Moxley just wants to bleed so much, he wants everybody around him to bleed. Like, he wants to be in the locker room covered in other people's blood. And if he's not in the locker room covered in his opponent's blood, then that's just not a good night for him. It's gross. It's gross. It's gross. But you know what? Better you than me, okay? That bed of nails was, oh God. Oh my God. Yo, the bed of nails was OD. Okay. But you know what? This is AEW's brand and they're embracing it. So I give them credit. Be who you are, okay? Be who you are, whoever you are. If you gotta, listen, if DC movies gotta go all blood and guts and extra cursing to try to compete with Marvel, then damn it, do what you gotta do, okay? I watched John Cena in The Peacemaker, and I think they blew up like a giant, it was like a turd, or like, it was something really gross. It was something really gross. But if that's what you gotta do to compete with the MCU, then damn it, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. AEW, if this is what you gotta do to compete with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, then do your thing. Be you. Now, I gotta say, I like how they finished this match. I like the way the BCC lost this match in a way that sets up for storytelling going forward. So if you saw with Pac, there was a miscommunication between him and Claudio. They kind of ran into each other, and then Pac got mad and he pushed Claudio. Claudio tried to make up for it, but Pac just kind of flipped him off and walked away. Then Don Callis, the ultimate scumbag, came and pulled Japanese buddy. I can't remember his name. Gosh, I can't. Takeshka. Somebody put a phonetic pronunciation in the comments. But Don Callis went and pulled him out. And so this sets up for storytelling going forward, right? Like, the BCC got left hanging. John Moxley was handcuffed to the bottom rope. He was just kind of just sitting there, like a sad puppy with blood running down his face, watching Wheeler have to tap out. And they were all just kind of left. And I think I read that the Elite shook hands with the BCC afterwards. So could this be the end of that story between the Elite and the BCC? Lord knows it's been going on long enough. So I wouldn't be mad if they moved on from this. But I just want to give AEW credit because this was good storytelling. This whole show, top to bottom, this Dynamite was good. And I know that I point out the flaws in AEW a lot, but guess what? When AEW tells a story that is, for me, for the fan watching right now, and not for somebody who is trying to relive something that happened 14 years ago, they can have a good product. They can have a good product. So give it up for AEW for showing some signs that they're finally moving forward with their product. Good for them. If you like what we're doing here, please show some love, show some love, show some love. Make sure you like this video, or you like the if you are listening to this on YouTube or on a podcast subscription, make sure you give me a 5-star rating. Gosh, I can't think right now. I can't even talk. You know what to do. Like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Help your boy out in these algorithmable streets, okay? We trying to keep it moving. We trying to keep it moving. We trying to live. We trying to have fun, and we trying to be productive.